Hi, this is Gloria, the pink-haired investor realtor from Indianapolis, and today we're doing another part in our series of Meet the Vendor. So today we have Matt Koehlinger. Let me try that again. Matt Koehlinger with Cross Country Mortgage, and he is my go-to person for traditional lending. So I actually have 2 loans myself personally with Cross Country. Matt's working on some refinancing for me, and I just love his communication. So love working with Matt, and we're going to kind of talk about the lending world today for a little bit. So welcome, Matt.
Thank you for having me. Awesome to be here.
All right. So you're with Cross Country Mortgage. So if you want to tell us a little bit about you and a little bit about your company and kind of some of the unique things that you offer.
Sure. Matt Koehlinger, Cross Country Mortgage. We are a much bigger lender than a lot of people even think. This year we'll do a little bit over $50 billion in lending nationwide. So we lend in all 50 states, have branches all across the country. I'm licensed in Indiana, getting my license in Florida as well. So I love the fact that we're a big company, but I'm part of a small branch, which is kind of where my roots lie. I love the small kind of feel, which is more my cup of tea with getting into relationships with people. So love that part of it. I've been doing this 10 years. This is absolutely my passion. I love helping people. My passion is helping people. So I just being a part of such a big process in terms of buying a real estate is fun for me. And then unique things that we offer, you know, one of the cool things that we offer, I think we offer just about every loan program that everybody else does, but one product that Gloria, you and I've been fortunate enough to use is Fannie and Freddie only allow you to have 10 properties for investors. We have a product that allows you to go up to 20. And so we have some clients that have utilized that, and it's very competitive. It's pretty easy, and had some really pleased clients with that product. So.
Yep. And honestly, I'm like, okay, what other hoops do we have to jump through for this? And really, it's like an extra set of underwriting, which to me, you explained to me one time, that's not a bad thing, because it's just another set of eyes going through it. And so sometimes we have to allow for a little bit of time, but we've got one investor that Matt and I are mutually working with that's on property number 15, I think. So, and it's been very easy process for him. So yes, that is something very unique that a lot of people don't. What are your, and I know rates change all the time, but kind of what's your typical traditional package for investors, for the ones that are still in the Fannie Freddie stage?
Yeah, you know, I get asked that question a lot. It's an awesome question. I mean, it really varies between the down payment, and that's a conversation I had with a lot of the investors when I first talked to them. Is, you know, we allow for as little as 15% down, and then a lot of investors choose to put 20% down. A lot of others choose to put 25% down because that's where you get the best break for rate. So depending on which option you choose, I mean, you can be in the mid to high 3s right now on an investment property. And then there are other factors, like if it's a 2-unit or 3-unit, or so it's a hard question to answer, but rates are still very good right now. So the market's still pretty solid.
Do you feel like those rates are going up anytime soon?
I do. The Fed constantly is talking about inflation right now. You guys probably hear it all the time on the news, or if you go into Yahoo or Google, that word inflation is just permeated across everywhere. And that is causing things to go up, and speculation that things are going to go up. I tell a lot of people I wish I had that magic crystal ball to tell you when. Yep. All I can say, and I'm not a salesy type of person, but I think right now is better than it's going to be 2 months from now, which is probably better than it's going to be 2 months from that. But that's just my best guess. So.
Right. So just, you know, for investors, it's when they're running their numbers, just know that, yes, the houses prices are up, but the interest rates are still so low right now. You can buy a little bit more of a house than you might not be able to in a few months from now.
Then that's exactly right. I mean, you and I, but I don't ever want it to come across like I'm trying to persuade someone to buy right now. But as you and I both know, I mean, housing prices keep going up, but if rates go up, then all of a sudden your buying power goes down. So I really believe that right now is probably as good as it's going to get. So
good. So $1 million question, is the market going to crash?
No.
Yeah.
No, there's so many checks and balances in the market that I'm not saying it's always going to be super stable, but it's not going to crash, in my opinion.
So what's different now from what it was in 2008, 2009?
Just all the hoops that we have to jump through to qualify people, to make sure that they're qualified to pay back loans. Back in 2008, there were a lot of, I wasn't in the industry in 2008, but I was really close. Some of the loans that were being done then should not have been done. The loans that are being done now are qualified mortgages. People who should get mortgages are getting the mortgages. And I think that makes the world of difference, to be honest with you. Not that we can vet every single scenario, because things happen in life, but I really think that's the big difference.
So what would you tell a new investor that's just getting into it? What's some of the things that he needs to prep and research as far as financing ahead of time?
That is a great question. I think they need to, when I talk to investors for the first time, I love that I love having that conversation, by the way. But I think the biggest thing I tell investors is don't go too fast, too quick. I like people to get in, get their beak wet, so that they understand what the process looks like, because we can sit there and talk about it ad nauseum, but until you go through the inspection, until you go through the market analysis, until you go through being a landlord and all of that stuff, you don't know what you don't know. So I tell people to really absorb that part of the process. We talked a little bit earlier about down payment. Obviously, the more down payment that you can have, the better financing that you can get, and that's something a lot of investors don't understand. So being more cash heavy is a good thing at the beginning, and just have a plan, and have trusted advisors that really have your best interests at heart, like Gloria, and I hope myself. And I think when people do that, they see success, and that's what's so fun, is to see people have that success, because that's what we're all here for, is to see that.
And